Let's cross now to Newzroom Afrika's Linda Mnisi for the latest developments around the Thabo Bester case. 5 accused appeared in court today seeking bail. And so, Linda, what did we hear as that matter has been postponed to the 23rd of May?
Well, it looks like we're inching closer to the end of this bail application, with the state wrapping up its re-examination quite quickly. In fact, during those proceedings today, you'll remember that it was postponed to today to allow for the defense to continue with cross-examination of the state witness, the witness that led evidence that kind of gave us a sneak preview into what could have happened that led to Thabo Bester's prison escape. Today, much of the focus really on Buti Masukela, who you'll remember was placed at the gate of one of the gates of the prison in Mangaung, where he allegedly allowed Sinuhe Matwara, who's applicant number 1 in this matter, to drive into the facility with Katlego Bereng's body. Now, with that, his lawyer deciding to challenge that piece of evidence, saying that he couldn't have allowed or offloaded a corpse, into the prison facility when in fact, Sinuhe Matwara did not even have a gate pass. But also the state saying that, that's what the evidence points to, that it is indeed what he did, because his supervisor is said to have peeped through the window when he heard the sound of a vehicle. But then, at a later stage, he was called to a different place where he couldn't continue with what was happening at the time. Buti Masukela allegedly then allowed Sinuhe Matwara to drive into that facility. He drove into a workshop where they offloaded, the body of Katlego Bereng. It was later taken then by Tebogo Dipolo and allegedly wheeled into the Broadway unit where Thabo Bester was kept. So the legal representative in this matter also arguing the issue around, his house. You'll remember that in order to meet the requirements for bail, you'd need to satisfy the court that you would not evade trial, and the issue around a stable home address becomes of paramount importance. So the Buti Masukela then had to, of course, challenge the evidence that was placed before courts that the house that he had registered with the authorities is in fact not his. The state saying that it is his through his wife, who inherited the house from her maternal grandmother. So all of that evidence now put together, challenging, of course, the evidence of the state. So come Tuesday, then we'll be hearing closing arguments from the defense lawyers. The matter will then be postponed for judgment.
And we also heard from the defense lawyer for accused number 8, who's accused of essentially having opened the doors for Thabo Bester. But through her lawyer, she says that, when there is load shedding, also especially, you've got people who control the gates remotely and can access the gates through their cell phones, open and close them, that is.
Absolutely. In fact, she mentioned 2 people that she says are able to open these gates remotely, and also making mention of the fact that there is what is called a master key. This is a key that opens all the doors in prison when there is load shedding. So besides the fact that she may be working in CCR and being able to open the doors, it's not that it just ends there. What it means is that there are other means of opening these doors, and that perhaps it might have been other people that may have opened these doors. I remember specifically hearing the magistrate challenging the defense lawyer, asking where exactly he was going with this piece of evidence, because this kind of evidence, or perhaps where he was going, relates to issues that needed perhaps to be discussed during trial stages. And then we saw that, of course, that's where that kind of testimony was wrapped up, sort of giving us an indication, Dudu, again, of where exactly the accused are likely to lean towards, given, of course, the evidence that's already placed before the court, giving also investigators something to think about before, they charge an accused in this matter.
Linda Mnisi, thank you very much, reporting there that the case of the 5 accused in the Thabo Bester prison escape saga will be heard again on the 23rd of May for bail hearing.